All right, so basically what we're doing here is they have plates in the inside of the A-pillar that the door hinge bolts to. A lot of times they end up looking like this, and you end up with snap bolts. Okay, now LMR sells a replacement for these. You can look at them. They're actually a lot thicker. There is more distance where the threads will actually catch. These plates aren't cheap. Now, when this is sitting in here, there's actually a tab that's bent over the front of this and on the bottom, kind of like where my finger and my thumb is. This you can reach up in and you can actually gain access to, and same with the lower. I just kind of work them inside here. So hopefully I can do this and not look like I don't know what I'm doing. And just kind of lift them out. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm not even going to try to show you. But like I said, there's a little finger in here just like this. And this thing's going to sit down in like that. And then the other one's going to come up on the back side, so it's going to hold it. I technically only needed one, but they sell them as a kit. So we're sticking 2 of them in. And I'm getting an opportunity to show you how to install them. There we go, just like that. So the next part on getting this door together is going to be installing the door run channel. Now this actually fits up inside here, and it'll lay over both of these edges right here. As in the last video when I explained, this is not exactly anything fun to install. Alright, so basically find your corner, which will go up there. And then you just got to start like shaping this way and work it in. It's a real pain in the ass. I don't know if this would if you set this, if you had a nice warm day and you set this out in the sun, if it would work out any better. But you can see here's the lip that has to go over on the inside, and then here's the lip on the outside. Like I said, it's just spending a lot of time and working that in. So I'll get this thing fitted in and I'll start showing you what it looks like as we start over here in this corner. Alright, so you squeeze this and push it up on. When you get to this angle right here, it's kind of tough. And see how you can get it pushed, and then you gotta get it started, and then you work your way back. And you have to do this on the other side also. Right here you can see it's up over, right here it's down behind. And then right down through here, this is all behind, so it needs all pulled up just like it is here. So you might be able to get it by pushing on it, but sometimes you got to get behind here with your fingernail or something to pull that up out. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing in the door is we're going to be installing the door lock actuator. All right, now this is just a little motor and it pushes a rod up and down to lock your door on the latch. This is what they look like out. The older ones, they would lock up, and then this would not move, and then you wouldn't be able to open your door. All right, now I've actually got inside and grabbed a hold of these and just ripped them off, and then they would move up and down so you could open and close your door. Like I said, you wouldn't be able to unlock it. So this is the part number for the lock actuator. This did come from LMR. Here is the pop rivet. They do come as a pair to install these with the door refresh kit, which is really nice. And then all you have to do is come over here. This is where your pop rivet's going to go through. Now when you get inside, this is going to be a little complicated to see probably here. See if I can get the trusty old fancy cell phone flashlight out. And we can see there is a little hole there toward the bottom, toward this way. The way the light's going away. Now that's where you stick it in. All right, and then you can see the opening for the hole, and we have some parts in here yet, some live, some dead. So basically we're going to take this, stick it in here, feed it into this hole, and then push it down. All right, and then we're going to hold it. You can kind of see it moving back and forth. We're going to put our pop rivet in here. These are large pop rivets, so you need a large pop rivet gun for them. This is the one that I'm using. They do offer one of these, I believe, on LMR's website. I think I actually got this one off of eBay years ago, so I'm not sure what brand they have, but that's what you need for these large pop rivets. You'll need one of these also for the door handle. We're going to pop rivet this in, and then we'll show you what it looks like. I do have some tape around here in case you pop off of your pop rivet. Typically, I like to do this with 2 people so that you can hold the end, so that when it pops at the end and actually breaks the rivet, it doesn't pop off and you don't chip your paint. So that's just a suggestion. Replacing the guides on this one, basically you just push on the sides, they pop right out just like that. I mean, these don't have that much wear on them. I've seen these broken, and then you end up with your window wobbling around in there when you're trying to put it up and down. So like I said, we're in here, we're doing everything, we're getting her tightened up, and then get these installed, then we'll install this, and then we'll work on getting the rest of everything else in here. All right, so lock solenoids in, as you've seen. We just got done feeding the harness back through. Goes in across up over this. The whole window channel is in. Once you get it worked in down so far here, I got the lower piece here installed. After we got this one here installed, kind of spread this just a little bit, then you can force it under. This one here we got in tight. You kind of have to reach in here and get this U'd into the channel with the window up, and then you can force the window down and it'll actually force it back into the channel where it needs to be. It doesn't fit in quite as far as you would think, but it's in. So the harness is in. We're going to get 2 little pop rivets, get this in. Here is the replacement window motor and new bolts. They install actually pretty easy. You have one here, here, and here. So you put this in up underneath, just like that. Run those bolts in. We do have the replacement handle. It will say driver and passenger side, so there's the numbers for that. These ones here are actually pretty nice. I might have got new screws, but I'm just reusing the old ones, so I don't have to find the new ones. So I'll actually put that back in after I took the old one out. Now to install these, you need to get this open, slide it onto the rod, and then you'll lay this down into here. All right, see how this is shaped on the bottom? It has these to hold it out. Get it in and then give it a pop, and it'll pop right into place. You can see here on the back side it has a notched area that slides in right here. Door handle is installed, working pretty good. All right, then like I was saying, you take your window motor, your 3 holes, 1, 2, and then 3. Wiring harness is kind of in the way for this. Okay, so then it just kind of goes up in, but what I'm going to do is I have some grease. So I'm going to just get some on the end of this, on this gear. Any little bit helps. There was grease here from originally, so we're just throwing some on, and I'm also figuring I might as well get inside this channel here also, and then just a little bit here. This will get worn, this will wear itself in, moving up and down. Help prolong the life of those plastic clips. And that's it. All right, well, we got the door on, we got our trim on. This one here I did have to trim just a little bit like I did the other side. The window's in. Now this one here had a little bit of damage here and here, which I'm hoping will work itself out over time, but still a whole lot better looking than the older window. We also got to finish lining up the door. I did try getting some of this window cleaned up. You can see, I mean, it is an old window, so it does have other scratches, but it cleaned up pretty good. Really nice and tight up here. Like you can see on this rubber how some of this just, I don't know, hopefully over time they fit in a little nicer. I do have this window here, but I want to make sure that the window goes up and down before I install this right there, and then I can get the outer piece on. We'll have to see if these are usable. We just oh yeah, well, rear bumper's on. I just spent some time readjusting the trunk lid, so it is what it is. Still not perfect, but it looks a whole lot better now. I don't know if it's just all because it's one color. We got the seal on now around the trunk. Like I said, along with that stuff, we got our mirrors are now painted trim black. They're drying, they're ready to go. Here's the passenger side one. Like I said, I did order some new ones. I don't know how or when this happened, hard to say. Passenger side, we're still in the dilemma of, yeah, we're stuck. So I do have these in case I need them. These are all these new ones here to install there. We did get this is the rear trim for around the hatch. So we have, this is now cleaned up, all painted, ready to go. I don't know what we got going on here, a little fly bee thing. So that trim is ready to go. So we can get that stuff on tomorrow. I do have the little clips that hold this on down here at the bottom. I did reorder these, but all of these seem to be, they were all in good shape, so I just kind of left them go. Hopefully the trim snaps right on. I do have to feed through the wiring harness for this. That way we can get that. We can get the latch installed. We can get our trunk lock installed. We have the gasket for that. We just got to figure out where it's at. We're definitely closing in on getting somewhere completed with this car. There's still a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff, but the goal was to try to get the back half here together, get it sealed up. We still got to get these doors lined up, and then we're going to be working on our front end here, which is going to include changing out the bumper, getting this motor and transmission pulled out of here so we can prep and paint this engine bay, which is coming pretty soon, really soon. Extra bolts, extra nuts. Here's our seal. So with that being said, I'm just going to try to end this. I don't know how much video footage I got or how long this video is going to be. This is kind of an update and some of the problems with certain aftermarket parts, which maybe it's me, maybe that's just how they fit. It's all just something that you'll find out over time. Yep, see, I gotta get these. We'll see how this stuff goes, because this is this piece that goes in here. Let's see how this sits in here. Oh boy, look at that. See, now that right there looks like it's going to be a little long. So do you shove it underneath of that, or does it go on top? Do I notch the rubber? I mean, it looks like it lines up with them holes there. You know, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if this is just how this stuff is. I think if I push that in, it's going to push on this too tight, push against this window. But man, is it going to look good when this molding is all on and these window wipes, dew wipes or whatever, seal is replaced, and we have the mirror installed. I got a little bit more buffing I got to do on this part of the door, because I only did from here down on this car, or here from here up. I mean, everything seems to look pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it. There'll be more.